What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and we're back with some more Battles of Chaos, and we're going to talk about the Mako support as well in this episode. And so, without further ado, let's talk about. We're going to talk about the Mutant Mutator first. Mutant Mutator, the level 1 water psychic effect monster, 0 attack, 0 defense. If you control a mutant card, you can special summon the card from your hand. You can tribute this. Banish one mutant card from your hand or deck. Special summon one from your hand or deck based on type. You lose life points equal to that monster's original attack. Monsters, beasts, spell trap. It has a similar effect to all the other ones, but it gets from the deck at the cost of losing some life points, which is very powerful. It's also a level 1 psychic, so we can 1-for-1 it out. And because emergency teleport is now at 2, we have 2 copies of emergency teleport to throw this out of. So, we have essentially 6 copies of our deck, and because we can banish one for a mutant card from our deck, we don't have to go completely minus for this either. So emergency teleport summons this, then we summon out the one that negates spell cards, and then maybe we normal summon the other one and everything, and we can get maybe all 3 of them out. It's actually very realistic now, so we can get all of these out. So that's really, really cool at the cost of, some life points. But, sweet. Very good card for the mutant deck, and it's really, really great to see. Next, we have Mako Tsunami is getting support. So we got Mega Fortress Whale, which is a level 7 water fish effect with 2550 attack and 2350 defense. So, first, second, third effects of the cards are hard ones for turns each. If a face-up Yumi is on the field, you can activate this effect. Your water monsters can attack directly this turn. During your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can target one face-up monster they control, destroy it. Third effect, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can take one water warrior monster from your deck or graveyard and either add to your hand or special summon it. Alright. So this card does a lot, and we're gonna break it down a little bit. First effect, requires you to have Yumi. Kinda sucks. But it allows you basically to go for game. So you can just attack directly. You don't have to worry about your water monsters attacking over anything. You can just get over it. You can just attack directly. Second effect, pretty good. It'd be better if it was just during your opponent's turn or just a quick effect. Destroy a monster they control and being the hard ones for turn. And its third effect is meant to get you the legendary fisherman cards. That's kind of what they're wanting you to get. There's probably a lot more that this can get you. I don't know them off the top of my head, and I didn't look at targets, but there are probably more that you can get. The water warrior monster. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool card, but the problem is it's a level 7 that doesn't have a way to special summon itself out. Maybe there are cards in the archetype that summon itself out or kind of help ignore it. I know that there are cards that summon this card out, like Big Wave, Small Wave. However, if this card doesn't have a way to summon itself out, usually level 7s don't have much viability that way. When they require multiple other cards and stuff like that, you kind of run like slightly worse cards to make them better relevant. As far as playing with your friends and like a kitchen table thing, this card probably is kind of like a house, but it's pretty cool. It's cool. It just seems a little weak and hard to summon. We got Doom Kraken, level 4 Aqua water effect. Attack 1600 defense. Its first and second effect are hard ones for turns each. If Yumi is face up on the field, quick effect, you can target one water monster you control except Doom Kraken, and one monster your opponent controls. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, you return the first target and destroy the second. You return the water monster you control to the hand and destroy the opponent's monster, and that's a quick effect. So that's a nice disruption. Second effect states, when your opponent declares an attack, you can return this card to your hand, and if you negate the attack. This card's kind of cool. You summon like a water monster, And if you have Yumi out, bounce that water monster. Maybe that water monster has a way to summon itself, and then pop a card on their field, a monster, and then maybe you special summon the other one back. And then, this also negates attacks. This is also a quick effect, so you can use it for disruption as well. So if you have a water monster, maybe that like has a negate, right? So you use the negate, stop your opponent from playing, and then they summon something else. You can return maybe that water monster, and all that, and then pop, that. So this card is pretty cool. It has like a lot of like neat interactions you can probably do with it. And well, I don't think it might be meta, but I do think this is still it's not a terrible card. I just think it's too niche to see meta relevancy. We're gonna talk about Electric Jellyfish. I'm not saying that other name. I'd butcher it. Level 4 Water Aqua effect. 1400 attack and 1700 defense. And send one Yumi from your hand, deck, or face up on the field. Special summon one water monster from your hand. Okay, so that's how you summon out the level 7. When your opponent activates a spell, card or effect, or a monster effect, and Yumi is face up on the field, quick effect, you can negate that effect, and this card gains 600 attack and defense. So this card is also really, really good. You just need to have a Yumi to send to the graveyard, and then you could summon out a water monster from your hand, which can summon out Mega Fortress Whale. So you can have a negate, and then you just need to summon a activated Yumi. Then that way you can, have a negate for any spell or monster, and then you have a way to pop a face-up monster they can trigger in their battle phase. And then after maybe you negate with this, you can bring this up and everything and pop another monster on the field, causing a lot of disruption. Very, very cool synergy between these 3 cards. Then we got Fish Sonar. So, Fish Sonar adds a level 7 or lower water normal monster, or a water monster that specifically lists level 7 or lower water monster that specifically lists Yumi in its text from your deck to your hand. If Yumi is face up on the field, you can special summon one water normal monster from your deck. I don't know what water normal monster you're going to be wanting to play. But it summons one from the deck if you have an Umi out. So that's pretty neat. There's a lot of cards that count as Umi when they're on the field as well. And like I know there's a Legendary Ocean always counts as Yumi, and that's probably going to be the one that you're going to be using, because I still think that one's probably still the best one. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and there's a better one now. Or is it like the Pacific one? That one might also be always treated as Yumi if that's the case. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of cards that are treated there's like 3 cards that are always treated as Umi, I think. 3 or 4, not including Umi itself. And then there's cards that count when they're in the field or in the graveyard, like this card right here. See Stealth 2. Continuous spell card. Its third effect of this card's names are once per turn. This card's name becomes Umi while face up on the field or in the graveyard. Your opponent cannot target water monsters you control with non-water monsters effects. At the start of battle phase, you can special summon one monster that specifically lists Umi in its text, or one normal water normal monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, but at the end of the battle phase, you destroy it. So this card is kind of like you're gonna mainly play it for these 2 effects right here. These 2. Seems pretty good for those 2 effects. This effect also seems pretty decent. You can summon a water normal monster, and if the Pacific deck is flat and everything always counts as it, you can play that in that. If not, then you're probably still gonna be playing like a Legendary Ocean, but it's still pretty cool. Nonetheless. less. But we're gonna move on to Leviathan of the Reef, and then it's a normal trap card. You can send one face-up Umi you control to the graveyard. You cannot special summon monsters until the end of your next turn, except for water monsters. Also special summon up to 2 water level 4 and or monsters that specifically list Umi in their text from with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard or to in defense position. And then if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon any number of level 6 or lower water normal monsters from your hand or deck. Yeesh. So you use this to summon out and start link summoning with a bunch of water monsters. Water links? Seems pretty good. These fish? Oh, they're awkward. Okay, if they were fish, level 4 fish, you could summon, you could play like the fish, play like the fish OTK deck again. That deck is pretty wild. But anyway, we might have time for, nah, we're gonna call it here. That's gonna do it for the Mako support. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday! And if you want to send meaningful deck profiles or replays, my email is in the description. I would love to see them. You can show me this deck in action. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.